Hello, everyone. My name is John D'Alderetti. I'm CEO and co-founder of NonSpec, and we make affordable, adjustable prosthetic limb systems and orthopedic devices. Globally, amputation is kind of seen as a huge problem of the young and the very active. Oftentimes, when we hear about amputation, we think of that young person who was riding a motorcycle and they got into an accident and they lost their leg. The reality of the situation, though, is that this isn't the case. The vast majority of amputees, about 80%, are all over 55, and they have diabetes or heart disease. They have a vascular condition that means that they weren't able to heal a wound that ended up on their foot. Because of this, many patients actually don't have coverage in order to receive a prosthetic limb at all. And the average wait time for a patient is over 2 years. During those 2 years, that person is in a wheelchair or they're on crutches and they're unable to do the things they love. We started this project of making prosthetics because we had a local woman come up to us and she had spent $25,000 on a leg. And she still wasn't comfortable. She actually came to us and she's like, I really just want an ankle because I'd like the ability to go out in the garden. And we sat down with her and we said, all right, let's go through this system. Let's figure out why this is costing so much. Why is this so problematic? And it turns out that what it was it takes a long time to make a prosthetic in general. There's not that many technicians. The skilled individuals who are capable of making one, they're not all that common, and they tend to be in a private practice that's separate from the hospital. So after your amputation, you'll spend up to, on average, 6 months just looking for someone who's going to be able to fit you with a comfortable device. We realized that there had to be a better way, and so we spent the last 8 years actually developing a more streamlined technology. Right now, we can have a patient come into our clinic. They actually can take a quick 3D scan with a phone. We created some technology to allow us to do a very fast fitting system. And in the same day, we can have them up on their feet and outside and doing things. And going back to all the things they love. Our core technology is really based around this idea of building a system that can fit effectively any patient with exactly the same components. So there's no custom orders, there's no special equipment. It's just come in, get fit, get out the door, and start walking on your own. And the benefit to doing this for patients is that they're able to go back to all of the things that they love doing. We've had patients go back to playing soccer. We've had patients go on to go back to nursing. So they were on their feet all day long, and they'll come back to us and they'll tell us, hey, look, this is what made it possible for me to go back and do that. And they'll actually come back when they end up breaking it in some way. That is the curse of users, is that they'll always end up doing something to your device and they'll ask for another one, or they'll bring their friends in and they'll go from that. We've currently been deployed in India and Rwanda primarily as our major markets when we first deployed. But in the last few years, we've realized that we have a serious need for this here at home. And we've begun focusing on deploying our devices here in the US. We just cleared out all of our FDI and regulatory paperwork this week, which is making me very happy. And our goal in the next few months is actually to start finding some partners to help us work with the VA to either do initial trial studies or even potentially do an early stage deployment. Currently, what makes us competitive in this space is that right now we're able to hold over a 98% margin on our devices that we're shipping to India, which has allowed us to be sustainable in markets that are traditionally inaccessible. Right now, we can make a full prosthetic kit for under $300, which is a full order of magnitude lower than the current low-end device in the US. So we're actually able to get people back up at a much lower cost to themselves and also allowing the doctor to spend more time with them directly. As an added benefit, because we're a single fit visit, we don't have the issue where people have to come in repeatedly in order to have multiple fittings. And because of all of this, we've basically had a huge improvement in overall patient satisfaction. And what we see a lot is that patients will come back to the clinic literally just to check in, as opposed to coming back for small adjustments and small fitments. And because of that, there's the clinicians are feeling a lot more comfortable and a lot more happy with what their job is, because they're no longer having people come back and be like, it's not working for me. Can we just now spend the next hour with you tightening screws? They can just come in and say, hey, this might not be working for me. And the clinician can just reach down, make a quick adjustment, and have them on their way. And so they get much better connection with the patient directly. Currently, right now, we're actually based out of Lowell, Massachusetts. We actually do all of the manufacturing inside the US. That's been a huge part of what we've been focused on. And we're actively looking for anyone who is willing to work with us and help us build out this project. And we're actually looking at giving a potential 50% cost share with whoever is willing to work with us at this time. So yeah, so if you're interested, please get in touch. We'd love to have a chat with you, and hopefully we'll bring ourselves that much closer to a world where everyone has a chance to walk again. Thank you.